Morning. Just getting everything situated here. Should have that done before I click the button, right? So I've been learning some new things. My kid's up. I knew it. I thought I heard something. I've been learning some new things. Wu Wei. Good morning.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
Are you good? All right. Sleep well. Have any dreams? No. That means you slept really good. No phone right away. You want some cereal? No phone.
I want it.
I'll let you watch cartoons on TV. No phone.
I don't want to watch TV.
Well, then play with some toys. You gotta go potty?
No. I want cereal.
All right, let me get her some cereal. So it's not absolutely boring in the video. There, as you can see my kitchen. I'm doing video.
Hi.
There's nobody there.
Hi. Daddy. Can I help?
We're almost out of milk, though. Yeah. Mommy needs milk for her coffee. It's not spilling. It's not gonna be that.
Why?
If you use all the milk. That's the last of the milk.
Daddy, I was born to cereal.
Some toasted butter too. Just a little bit. Only that tiny bit. Save some of this coffee. There. I'll do some toasted butter, okay? All right. Should have known this would happen. I gotta make her something. Cereal, but then we are out of milk. Almost. Trying to save some for my wife's coffee. You okay? So, I've been learning some new words, I guess you could say, this morning and yesterday, listening to Jason Gregory, his video on Wu Wei, and he was talking about it in terms of like athletes using it to get in the zone, or he's talking about getting in flow, where they talk, he had a different word for it. He said, oh yeah, he called it spontaneous body intelligence, something like that. Spontaneous mind body intelligence. And the breakdown of it was, it's pretty exciting. I'm gonna get my toast.
I need the cereal. I can watch some TV.
You gotta keep it low because I'm doing my video. Keep it really low. Okay. probably too.
Yeah.
Gelatin or just butter?
I got peanut butter.
No. Not in the morning. It's what we have in the morning. I don't know. There it is. Here, come get it. Okay. I'm back. Here's the TV remote. Come get it. I've tried. My son plays basketball, and he's good. You know, I feel like he's good. He's got a lot of natural ability. I've told him, I was like, well, if you really want to excel at sports, you need to study Zen. And I told him this, and this was before I even heard of the concept of Wu I heard of the concept of Wu Wei, but it's basically flow. It was only Alan Watts' version. So I kind of understood. I was like, wow, this could be really beneficial in sports. And also immediately I've been trying to kind of apply it to my own work, because you can apply it to a craft too. You can apply it to a sport, to any skill, whether it's basketball or basket weaving. You can apply Wu Wei and Zen. And he got into some, neuroscience, like some brain science stuff too. Like he kind of, tied that in. He was talking about hot cognition and cold cognition. Basically, like these, the cold cognition is like a slower. It's like when you're learning something and you're thinking about it with your mind. You're going step by step. But when it gets hot, he said at some point your brain will kind of shut off and you just start doing, and you're operating under a different brain waves during this hot cognition. You're in the flow. You're in Wu Wei, and it will naturally happen. It happens to all of us when we just do something repetitively, and you can practically do it in your sleep. You could be talking to somebody, but in the initial stages, or if you're teaching somebody new, they've got to concentrate, it's hands-on, it's focused. But then you get in that state, and you leave all that behind. And that's really the key to doing anything successfully. Olivia, I told you got to turn the volume way down low, okay? A little more. Okay. Anyways, so that was something kind of new. And I need to send my son that video too, so he can see it's not just something I made up. Because he's specifically talking about athletes, about craftsmen. Looking forward to listening to more of his videos. He does really well. His speech, I think he has like a speech. I mean, nobody's speech is perfect, but everything appears to be perfect. He does everything like really well, and he's got, he does, but he'll, like I'm doing right now, kind of stumble words a little bit, or it's not completely clean, like a flawless, video, whatever. I mean, it is edited video. He could edit some of that stuff out and clean it. He could clean it up a little bit. It's a lot of work, though. I know it is a lot of work. But he'll get better. I'm going to definitely be following this guy. I've been saying, I wish there's somebody somebody in our modern time, kind of studying these things that I'm interested in, following these things. I'm listening to Alan Watts, who's great. He's wonderful, but he's, been dead for, I don't know. When did Alan Watts die? I have to know. I have to know right now. I have to know. I'm sure if I just type in Alan Watts in Safari, it'll come up Wikipedia. And then it should have his through 73. Died in 73. Wow, okay. 1915 through 73. Wow. And that's amazing because the things he talks about, it feels closer. Like every time I listen to him, it feels like, wow, he's talking about our modern era. It's really uncanny how ahead of his time he was. Something else I came across, I like to listen to this guy. Here's another person I found. It's just he talks about, very philosophical. He can be kind of high energy. Maybe you can get, seems like he can get mad sometimes, passionate. I'll say passionate. But he's introduced me to two words that I guess people should be aware of: antinatalism and ephilism. It's like, I think I've heard of antinatalism. So I'm going to do a screen share so it will be part of the video here. I haven't done a screen share in a while. Where is my icons? There they are. Screen share. All right. This is ephilism. All right, we'll start here with ephilism. The belief that life is inherently negative and therefore should be voluntarily ended. Ethilists do believe in people's rights to choose for themselves, however, and would not support a genocide of all life. In an ethilist ideal world, every human on earth would commit suicide, ridding the world of what they see as the plague of human life. Wow. Wow. I mean, the elites have really, it's worked. It's like their message. It's like whatever message they tell us, people, somebody's going to latch on and believe it. Maybe we should just tell them to kill themselves. I imagine a bunch of old guys sitting around, sitting around a table or something and talking about how are we going to thin the herd? How are we going to, get rid of people? Well, we're putting as much poison as we can into the food and water supplies and also the air. We're spraying chemtrails, or beaming them with all kinds of radiation and waves, and it's probably making their devices like this here. This thing's probably just beaming cancer at me right now. What else can we do? Oh yeah, we're promoting, a culture of self-hatred, and maybe we'll just ask them to kill themselves. We'll just make it seem cool. People suck, so you should die. Wow. That's what, there's actual people. And I was on this guy's stream, and there's people on there that are like, yeah, I mean, they're like cool with each other, but it's like, it's almost like it's like, really, it just seems like one of those teenage, rebellion things, like just being bad to be cool or something. Like you talk to some of these people and they're actually pretty chill, and they're not like, they're not a-holes, but they'll be, it's just something like they say to get attention. Like, yeah, I come from a rich family. I just believe that everybody should kill themselves. Wow. But, at the same time, something about it that I always feel like there's something good. There's always a good, if you want to, as soon as you say that something is all bad, there's going to be a flip side. There's going to be something good about it. And something that just something that shocks you out of your comfort zone, something that makes you think, uh, something that makes you feel, like, well, what do I think? What do I feel? How does this, something that causes a reaction in you is always a good thing. It's always an opportunity to, it's an experience to learn. Um, so it's fun to watch our own reactions to things. So that it kind of got me somehow excited in a weird kind of way. Like that, this idea is so, it's laughable to me. It's laughable. And to me, it's transparent of what it actually is. To me, I see it as, I don't know. I mean, I guess there could be a grassroots self-loathing. I mean, if the world gets to such a place of, if the society degrades so far, and I do not believe it has. I do not believe people have. I still believe in the goodness of people, the goodness of the individuals at the core, and their desire to be good, and their desire to live harmoniously with each other. I think this is a desire we all share. Yes, we grapple with other desires that may cause us to want to be, greedy or inconsiderate of our neighbor. But for the most part, I believe in the goodness of people, and that we're not quite to a grassroots culture of self-loathing yet. The world would have to be pretty deplorable, and there are deplorable conditions, and that's what people will justify. They'll say, look at what's happening, and those, that's valid too. Those need to be looked at. The deplorable things happening in the world, we don't need to turn a blind eye. Let's look at the other word. I'm going to go back to my screen share. Oh yeah, I got to change that. What was it? Antinatalism. Antinatalism is a philosophical position that assigns a negative value to birth. Antinatalists argue that people should refrain from procreation because it is immoral. This is actually an ancient belief, and I don't think really the modern people following it are following it for these ancient reasons of, the moral reasons. It's more of logical reasons of, oh, we suck, so life sucks, therefore don't have kids. Why would you want to bring a child into this? She's awake. My baby's awake. You know what? I think I'm gonna wrap it up, I guess. Okay. That was not good. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. And I thought about just I had this idea just to let the live stream run. It goes for 8 hours, just like one day, just doing like live stream Sunday. I mean, it would be boring at times, probably most of the time. I'm trying to think of gimmicks to get more viewers. I need more gimmicks. I could do a lot of gimmicks. I could make it all gimmicks. But what I'm doing now is I'm trying to improve the content. I'm refining the content before I go and try to put gimmicks out and say, okay, everybody look at me. I'm refining myself. I'm making myself better. Got to be better, right? No. But I believe you will be better. We will be better. I'll let it run. I'll let it run for a while. I'll just keep it. I'll keep it there. That way, if I come back in the room, I know it's not the best lighting. I'm going to turn the light on over there in the kitchen. It'll light it up some. So, I'll be back maybe. I don't know. Go with the flow. Wu Wei. Okie dokie. Wait, I turn this way. More better. Could have played some music, I guess, but the sun's kind of interfering, I think. I'll just close it up. There. I'm afraid to play anything now. I know there's stuff like free stuff you got to check out. Like, I don't know. It's too much work. So, yeah. What was it? Antinatalism. You know what? And I'll have to be honest. I kind of felt like I kind of had. This one is not as extreme as the ephilism, of course. Ephilism's like, go ahead and kill yourself, you know. It's basically, they're both kind of stem from the same thing. It's like, life sucks, go ahead and kill yourself. Life sucks, don't have kids. And I almost, you know, the idea that, well, this world is full of too much suffering, we wouldn't want to bring a child into it. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that view, but to try to just have the philosophical view that, you know, that we should try to not have children to the point of extinction is basically their point. You know, like the idea that humanity is a plague, and it's just it's sad, really. It's sad and it's laughable. We are life. Everything. I just walked outside to take a leak, and a bird flew out of this old barbecue grill, and I just had the thought, like, yeah, now that barbecue grill is part of nature in a way. You know, it's like we feel like our human activity is like above and beyond nature, but and you know, and we kind of ignore nature and put it in this separate category. But nature doesn't ignore us. You know, whatever we do, they'll immediately accept it as, you know, okay, this is what we got. Especially birds, you know, birds living in bridges, and of course, all animals are not like that. A lot of animals are pushed out by our civilization, by the way we make our cities, and I have a lot of views that overlap. Like, there's a lot of things that, like the extreme liberals. Like, I think that there's some things, you know, like there's some kind of hippie ideas, you know, just that I could kind of go with. Like, but then there's some things that are just sickening. The self-loathing and the human hating that they promote is really what I hate. Uh, but I feel like that the world needs a drastic overhaul. We all have, I think, a picture in our mind of an ideal world, or maybe we don't. Maybe I'm unique that way, but I think a lot of people do. Uh, I think it's good to at least have that picture because we're always moving. We're always moving in directions toward our intentions, and toward our ideas. So we think we're going somewhere in life, but really the only place we're going is towards our own thoughts. We are kind of creating our path, our journey by um, what we think about, what we imagine for the future is what we're moving towards. We can't help it. And I've experienced this power of intention. When you want something, anything at all, simple or could be a huge life goal, whatever. The best way to acquire or achieve it is forget about it because you've already made the statement that you want it. And then all you have to do is imagine yourself experiencing it, whatever it is you want. That's like they say the law of attraction. But according to that theory, you keep visualizing, you keep on. But I say no, don't keep on. One time, don't because when you bring back the desire over and over again, like every day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna visualize my perfect life, and and it never comes because it's just it only remains that visualization. But maybe one time or from time to time you see it, and you see it as not as something you want, but as something that will happen. As something that something that or has already happened, and maybe that's you're already experiencing having received it, whatever it is you're seeking. And then you release the need for it because you've already felt that experience of receiving it. So now you don't really even need to receive it anymore because you've already had the experience of receiving it in your mind, in your thoughts and feelings. So you do that, and it's kind of tricking yourself or telling yourself, yeah, that's probably going to happen, but not attaching a desire, not attaching like this need for it. I believe it's the pursuit of your goals that stops you from achieving them. And we are a very pursuit oriented society, very pursuit oriented, pursue, from the very beginning. They teach us in school to pursue the good grades, to pursue the approval of, of the teachers, of the parents, to get awards, to get recognition. And this is how, this is what you should do. Work hard and achieve. And we got it all wrong, really. It's not life. It's not what life is about. It doesn't need to be about that. Life's about whatever we make it. And what does a kid want to do? What do they want to do? They don't want to do that. They want to play. And we're still the same. We're still that kid that just wants to play. But we've been convinced by the world to work. No, don't play. You must be better. You must work hard. You must improve yourself. You must improve the world around you. But if we just play, we will improve it. We would make it beautiful. It would be full of art and beautiful gardens and nice places to walk and sit, fun things to do. Everything, I look at the modern world, and it's the natural world. I feel is very beautiful, but our modern civilization is very stark. It's very practical, just the way we do everything. Strip malls and billboards, and it's this contractual arrangements that we have with each other, and this all the paperwork, and it's such a drag. It's such a drag, this modern society we've created. It's undeniable. Undeniable. At the same time, well, the whole of life is beautiful. The whole experience is beautiful. But we created this world that's such a drag, and I can understand how these beliefs, these kind of negative beliefs about who and what we are, start coming forth. I still think we're good, though. I mean, life is good. And I say have kids. I used to say don't have kids, whatever. There's too many people. Have kids, I say have kids. Because you won't regret it. I don't think people regret, 99.9% of people don't regret having their kids. I would just say, who's going to come see you when you're old? Who's going to see you in the nursing home? And Olivia, Alana, if you're watching this later in life, please don't put me in a nursing home. I can just find some use for me, some value. I believe old people still have value, and that's what we're here to be, used, but not abused. If we're not put to use, if we have no function, if people don't need us, life, it's less enjoyable, less meaningful. I think we need to put our elderly to work. I always put them to work, helping watch the children. And also, a lot of times the elderly, their minds are just fine. Some of them start going senile, but we put them in a home, and their brain, they're still as sharp as can be. And so there's all these wasted minds just wasting away in nursing homes. I think it's deplorable. It's sad how we treat our elderly in this society. We'll see. I'm 40 plus years old. My parents are getting older. They're getting old. Everybody goes through that. Life, death. Overall, it's beautiful, though. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Happy Mother's Day. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so we don't do holidays. My family my mom doesn't expect anything. I already told her Happy Mother's Day yesterday. I talked to her. We're going out to eat today. And so, yeah, I'm going out with the wife, and I need to tell my wife, Happy Mother's Day. Good timing. I just remembered. She just got up.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Thank you, Daddy.
I just remembered it's Mother's Day. I was like, oh, yeah, it's Mother's Day. I mean, I knew it was Mother's Day, but I just remembered again, I guess. Hello. Good morning, baby. All right, well, I'm done. I'm done talking, I think. I'll do one of my 8-hour live streams next time. Peace, everyone.